Hello everyone and welcome to the Captain's video blog. We are Friday, August the 5th, 2016. Actually, it's Saturday morning, it's a little bit past 7 AM, and this is a prime example of, the difficulty between, the proportionality between how difficult it is to record a video blog and how many people are awake in my house at one point. Because literally, as I was maybe closing in on the main point of the video blog on the first time recording 1 hour ago, suddenly my mother came back home with my sister, her boyfriend, and one of their friends, making it immensely difficult to record. So yeah. What can I talk about? So yeah, the Olympics, the opening ceremony ended 2 hours ago. What can I say? I'm not too fond of, the whole thing that is not all the athletes, well, not all the athletes, but the athletes appearing with their country and the name of their country and all that. I mean, sure, it presents to you the history, the culture, what makes the host country, but I don't know, I'm a huge geography nerd, so obviously what I want to see is, for example, how you say the name of the different countries in the language of the host country, in this time Portuguese. In 2012 it wasn't as fun because it was English, so yeah. But I mean, take 2004 in Greek. That was incredibly fun. I was a bit frustrated too because the Greek alphabet is with the Russian alphabet, one of the different alphabets that I've learned first, because they are so close to the Latin alphabet and they are really close together, so that really helps. So when the 2004 Olympics came by, I wanted to record the opening ceremony, but I wasn't at home. I was on vacation, so I watched it and I was like, oh god, if I had that on tape, because at that time we only had a tape recorder, we didn't have a DVD recorder nor a DVR nor anything really technologically advanced, or you would say technologically on point for 2004. I was, not only do you have to know the Greek alphabet, but you kind of have to do some work on yourself, because, for example, I'm French, and France in Greek is not written like Francia, it's Gallia. So when you see that going through, you're like, wow, Greece really thinks that France is the cultural successor not only to the French kingdom and the French empire and the kingdom of the Franks, but also all the way back to the Gauls. So that's really funny. Another thing that's really interesting is seeing how different the usual vision of what you would call a country and what the IOC recognizes as athletic committees is. For example, Kosovo is a country for the IOC, and it's independent from a lot of countries in the world besides, for example, Serbia, because the claims of Serbia rely on the fact that not rely, but they stand on the fact that Kosovo is a historically important place for Serbia, because one of their battles, the battles of the kingdom of Serbia against the Ottoman Empire, happened in Niš, which I think is in Kosovo. So yeah. But the problem is that Kosovar people are mainly Albanian, and that their end goal was to reunite with Albania, which is something that Serbia didn't want for obvious reasons. Kosovo is pretty big, so it would add really a big amount of area, of land area to Albania, which is something that you might not really want in a place that's as unstable as the Balkans. Um, but still, um, so yeah, was one of their arguments, and we're like, you can be independent, but you have to promise never to reunite with Albania. And I was like, oh well, that's not cool. Yeah. So besides that, there's also Hong Kong, China, that is autonomous from China. Taiwan, which is called Chinese Taipei, because to them, they want to be their official name is the Republic of China, and China is like the People's Republic of China. And they're like, China are like, no, you cannot call yourself China, and Taiwan are like, well, shit, we're gonna call ourselves Chinese Taipei. Um, what else? What else? Um, yeah, and there's Palestine, which is in the Olympic Games, and that's really something big because you would think that influential countries such as Israel or the US may be pushing against the inclusion of Palestine, but on the other hand, the US have pushed for the inclusion of Palestine, and Israel like, well, okay. So yeah, Palestine and Kosovo are recognized not only by the IOC but also by FIFA, which means that with a bit of luck, you would guess, luck of the draw, they could play in the World Cup at one point, but I mean, it's not going to be as difficult as, say, Gibraltar, but it's going to be pretty difficult anyway. So, what else? Oh yeah, well, there was the starts of the 2016 Fortin Summer Cup. And boy, that first day was full of surprises. Um, every team that qualified from the Baby Cup, whether it be, through the actual process of qualification, which means having ended in the top two spots of your group, or through sheer luck, in the case of A, have won against their, or taken a point against the elite teams against which they played. The only exception being SP. It's really fun. Like V won 3-2 against the current elite champions Feet with a a hat trick from Sanek, which means that truly cardio ruins your games. And A won 4-2 against CK, and that is a pretty important match going forward, because despite the fact that the defense was pretty appalling and Bert is always choking, and Mugi only scored at 90 plus 7 with a wonderful pass, wonderful assist by that. CK had scored 9 goals and only conceded 3 in the last 2 games against A, so losing 4-2 is not balancing it out, but it's already pretty good, and I don't quite believe in normal claims that he helped with all the tactics. I mean, the tests had been going really well for A, if the managers are to be believed, and the invitationals have been really a real great bonding experience, I guess, for the A management. That is to say, you gotta give it really to A and not that much to CK, because holy shit, CK have played terribly. And they are probably the losers that probably most deserve their loss. Even LLP, who lost 6-3 against O, with I think 3 goals or 4 goals by Takumi, didn't play as bad. I mean, they sure spaghettied lost a lot in defense, and I mean, Derby can't catch all the balls if she has her her paws glued to her hoofs glued to paper bags. You know, that's not gonna work. So yeah, but still, it was really, I felt it. I felt the excitement, like when A was up 1-0 and they were up 2-1 and they were up 3-1 and 4-2. I was like, okay, we can stay up. And when SP lost to oh shit, I cannot even remember who SP lost against. But it was pretty bad. Despite Messi scoring early, everyone was like, ha ha ha, SP. They cannot. Obviously, they are riding on meme magic and everything, but that meme magic, the meme magic of SP losing, is greater than Together Forever. And I really hope that it ends up with the two how is it called? Two asterisks again after Together Forever. First, for a miraculously qualifying for the Summer Cup, because I had forgotten that that H couldn't qualify because they were actually dead last, I think, of their group, and GIF are the ones who fucked up their export. So yeah, but everything else was pretty forgettable. Like ASP lost, and it was a bad match. D drew. I'm just hoping that tomorrow's match are going to be a little more exciting, if you will. But still, it's going to be a very important weekend, as I said, because A have played this Friday, which means that they are also playing on Sunday. So yeah, this Sunday we will probably know whether they are in a good spot or in a bad spot. It will all depend on whether the group can end in a 6-6-6, so that we will have to win another match and look at the goal difference anyway. That's not something that's really going for us anyway. But still, I believe that we will. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye. At this point, I'm just hoping that I've been heard, because everyone is. I mean, my parents are sleeping literally, like on the other side of the door, so I just don't want it to be too much of a hindrance.